Good morning. This week we are doing part 2 of the Prairie on Point Table Runner, and I hope everybody had a good week. I did. Okay, so this is the finished one, and I do have issues, so I went and hand sewed it here. You don't have to, but I did just to finish it off. And like I said, the nice thing is one pattern makes 2 of them. So once again, you have your center fabric, and everything's in the pattern. Then you have your back, and then you have your batting. Okay, then you want to choose what you're going to put. When I wrote this, I only had 3 rulers, so I only had prairie points to choose from. So then I thought, well, let's do something different. So I did my half and half, my half and half, my prairie point and my mini point and my scallop. Then I thought on the other one, because you got to make 2 of them, I would put the mini point out and the scallop underneath, so you have just a little difference in what they look. And this week we're going to give away 2 of these patterns. So please comment so you can get a pattern. Okay, so first of all, what you want to do is figure out what you're going to do as your side. And somebody requested me to do my prairie points. So this is using your 1.5 inch. So you need a 6-inch strip of fabric. And then you use the rulers and cut, add on length. You can do it at a 45 or you can do it straight up and down. Once again, remember, you always want everything folding the same direction or Grandma will slap you. If you remember that, you will never forget it. I haven't, because she slapped me many, many, many times. So you always want them going the same direction. Looks like my little cutter wasn't doing well there. And also, like, you know, this, you could do it in 2 colors, and then it would be, instead of 6 inches, it'd be 3 1/4, open up the center seam line and match the center seam to the fold line of the ruler. Then instead of pinning, you know, because we've gotten smarter, hopefully, we're going to use glue. Then you put it back on itself, the other direction. Then when you fold it up, you have perfect prairie points every single time. And sometimes I do glue these if they're going to be like here, or I do just sew 1/8 of an inch along the bottom so they're all together. So, you know, these little things don't fly up and get caught on the outside. Then what you want to do is take your piece. Of course, these are folded in half. You refold them. And you're going to start on the corner of the long side. And just, let me back up the truck first. You can do it 2 ways. If you want to do it this way and not have the cross hatching, you can put it on now. If you want the cross hatching in it, what you would do, I'm trying to give you 2 ways to do it. I wrote it in the pattern not having it, but I like it cross hatched. To have it cross hatched, what you would do is put this on top, and I cross hatch first, because that's how I always do it, because I don't like it to move. Make sure it's in the center of your batting. And once again, you can use any batting that you prefer, 80-20, bamboo, cotton, whatever floats your boat. I'll just show the cross hatching first. And for this, because it's such a wild pattern. I didn't want it too tight and dense because otherwise it'd be like, holy cow, she's really got that baby quilted. And just make sure it's really, really nice. Sometimes I spray it. It depends what I'm doing. But with the batting, it's on pretty good anyways. I was going to show you the easy way, but I'll do it the way that I normally do it. And just make sure there's some on both sides. And of course, I'll make sure this is on nice and smooth on a bigger surface. Then I happen to have a 3-inch ruler. And I start in a corner. And I make sure it's all even. Like at the 45 in the corner. So it looks all nice when you're done. So then I start doing strips. And I just keep going down, across, and then you do it the opposite direction. And then you end up like this. Okay, so you had a cross hatched. Then after you're done cross hatching everything, so this will all be quilted looking, so you don't have to worry about it, but you can do it the opposite way and just put the quilting in the middle. I just like it cross-hatched because then it keeps it down. And I don't have to worry about when I wash it. And I iron enough anyways, but it's one less thing you got to worry about. Okay? Then after that, this is when you put, instead of this, which I was going to use, after it's cross-hatched, then you put this on both sides, going all the way down, and I use an 1/8 of an inch stitch on both sides. Okay? Then when you're done with that, what you want to do, just make sure it's really nice and even and flat so you don't have a lot of bumps and stuff, because I like it really flat. Then you have your other piece, which is bigger than your front. And sew that about a 1/2 inch all the way down. And a lot of times what I do to make sure that it's all even and I don't get, because nothing's worse than doing the back and you don't have it perfectly across. It'll drive you nuts because then you're going to have it like swanked and you're going to have a little, it'll just drive you wacko. So then after I do this side, what I do is I spray starch it and I take and I iron this all the way across like this. I always use steam unless I'm appliquing. This is such a simple pattern. I mean, I'm going to have 4 of them done in no time. I just decided to change fabrics because I have a problem. I get bored really easy. And all I do is look around this room and it's like, might as well just do something else. And then, now that you know how flat it's going to be, then what you're going to do is put it across here and make sure it's nice and flat. But before you do this, you want to take and cut this extra batting you have. And I did it on the other side. And I left it there so I remind myself. Make sure you comment so that you can win a free pattern. I'm giving 2 away this week. get all this off, all the extra batting. Then what I do is I bring this over here and make sure it's even Steven all the way across. I want to see how much extra about I have here and here and match it up. A lot of times I just measure it too, but then sometimes I do it the lazy way and I do it this way. And all you do is sew, just make sure it's flat all the way down, a 1/4 inch, all the way down the long side. Okay? When you're done with that, then you put right sides out. And then what you do is you make sure you have the same even amount. It would be between 1.5 and 2 inches depending how wide you want this, but you want to make sure it's even on both sides. Then I take a stitch and I just stitch it all the way down right here. So here you have that. But remember, this is going to make 2 of them. Okay? Then after that, this isn't even. I've got to even it out so I can do my last thing. So, you got them right side together, you turn it around, you make sure this is all iron nice as neat, and I'm nutty enough to take and measure every little portion all the way down. A little on the nut side, but it works. So I'm going to even this out. So it's on both sides the same. Then, when you've got this all even, all you have to do is put this, you know how you make a Dresden plate and you have that little thing going on in the air? Same basic thing. Just pin it, make sure it's nice and tight on both sides. And this is super simple. This is like one of the easiest patterns. If you have a quick baby shower, Christmas is always good. You can always make Christmas. You could make them as long as you want. If the 54 inches is too long and you have a small table, make it smaller. You could almost make 2 out of them if you had a real small one. Okay, I always use my walking foot when I do this because it's too much fabric. There we go. Make sure it's nice and tight. Then I'm going to take probably a 1/2 inch here so it's a little fuller. Then I will sew it. I had it on a 3 from doing the last thing I was doing. Make sure you back stitch. On both sides. you do the other side. Of course, when I'm thing, I've been working on it for days and nothing happens, and now it's all icky. Okay, dear. As you get older, it's nice to have a machine that threads itself. You can't seem to need it. It's like, yay! Please comment so that you can win a free pattern. There we go. Then I just cut my threads. Harley's got his boyfriend here, which is Lindsay's dog, so she's like trying to get his attention. Then this little corner here, I always cut it off because you want it to be able to go, because it's got a lot of fabric. So where it's at the point, you want to cut it off so it looks good. All the strings, and then we're going to cut this corner once again because you don't want all that crap in the corner. There you go. Then you put right sides out and take my handy dandy this thing is awesome. You should poke it up in there and get it all exactly how you want it, which is awesome. And I'm going to open the seams down here because after that I'm going to hand sew it because I just like it hand sewed and I don't have to worry about it. At one time I was just going to do a straight stitch, but then you'd see where you did the straight stitch and it would drive me crazy. I mean, if it doesn't bug you, rock and roll. Then what you want to do is make sure this is centered, even. I'll measure it from the center. Okay. And then you just iron it. And voila, you have a runner. And you can make two of them. Simple, simple, simple. It's a cute gift. If you don't have a lot of time, do the same thing on the other side. And then I just would hand stitch it across. And I think it's just as cute as heck. People think you work hard at it. It's not hard, especially if you can't sew. They really think you work hard. And God bless, and let me pick somebody for 2 people for today, actually. Thanks for watching again this week. The first winner for a pattern is Desiree Habitat. I know her! She designs fabric. Yay! She has amazing fabric if you want to look. It is amazing. She does really amazing stuff. And the other one is Mary Lapating. Lapating. I may have said it wrong. So 2 of you win. Well, congratulations, and thank you for watching, and have a nice week, and see you next week. God bless.